Good evening, citizens. Tonight we are broadcasting the third part of a hit suspense radio play, starring Miss Kimberly Bai, Simon Reblando, and Reginald Real as the voice actors. I, Diego Acosta, and my co-host, Jane Torres.
Bringing you tonight, Lucille Fletcher's most suspenseful radio play, Sorry, Wrong Number.
What is your name, ma'am?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson,
And your address?
53 North Southern Place. That's near a bridge, the Queensboro Bridge, and we have a patrolman on our street, the 2nd Avenue.
And what was the number you were calling?
Murray Hill 40098. But that was a number I overheard. Murray Hill 40098 is my husband's office. He's working late tonight, and I was trying to reach him to ask him to come home. I'm an invalid, and it's the maid's night off, and I hate to be alone, even though he says I'm perfectly safe as long as I have the telephone right beside my bed.
Well, we'll look into it, Mrs. Stevenson, and see if we can check it in the telephone company.
But I already did. But the telephone company said that they couldn't check the call if the parties had stopped talking. I have taken care of that.
Oh, yes?
Personally, I feel you ought to do something far from immediate and drastic than just check the call. What good does checking the call do if they stop talking? By the time you track it down, they already committed the murder.
Well, we'll take out of it, lady. Don't worry.
I'd say the whole thing calls for a search, a complete and thorough search of the whole city. I'm very near a bridge, and I'm not far from 2nd Avenue. And I know I'd feel a whole lot of better if you sent a radio car to this neighborhood at once.
And what makes you think the murder's going to be committed in your neighborhood, ma'am?
Oh, I don't know. This is a coincidence. It's so horrible. 2nd Avenue, the patrolman, the bridge.
2nd Avenue is a long street, ma'am. And do you happen to know how many bridges there are in the city of New York alone? Not to mention Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens, and the Bronx. And how do you know there isn't some little house out on Staten Island on some little 2nd Avenue you never heard about? How do you know they were even talking about New York at all?
But I heard the call on the New York dialing system.
How do you know it wasn't a long distance call you overheard? Telephones are funny things. Look, lady, why don't you look at it this way? Supposing you hadn't broken on that telephone call, supposing you got your husband the way you always do, would this murder have made any difference to you then?
I suppose not, but it's so inhuman, so cold-blooded.
A lot of murders were committed in the city every day, ma'am. If we could do something to stop them, we would. But a clue of this kind that's so vague isn't much more use to us than no clue at all.
But surely,
Unless, of course, you have some reason for thinking this call is phony, and that someone may be planning to murder you.
me? Oh no, I hardly think so. Why should anybody? I'm alone all day and night. I see nobody except my maid Eloise. She's a big 200-pounder. She's too lazy to bring up my breakfast tray. And the only other person is my husband Albert. He's crazy about me, adores me, waits on me hand and food. He's scarcely left my side since I took sick 12 years ago.
Well, then, there's nothing for you to worry about, is there? And now, if you'll just leave the rest to us.
But what will you do? It's so late. It's nearly 11 o'clock.
We'll take care of it, lady.
Will you broadcast all over the city and send out squads? And warn your radio cars to watch out, especially in suspicious neighborhoods like mine?
Lady, I said we'd take care of it. Just now, I've got a couple of other matters here on my desk that require my immediate.
Oh, idiot. Now, why did I do that? Now he'll think I'm a fool. Oh, why doesn't Albert come home? Why doesn't he?
Your call, please.
Operator, for heaven's sake, will you ring that Murray Hill for 00998 again? I can't think what's keeping him so long.
And that is the end of the third part of Lucille Fletch's Sorry, Wrong Number.
I hope you all enjoyed and have a very spooky night.